Not everybody likes Teofimo Lopez. He's not everybody's cup of tea. But you can't deny the fact that he is a really great fighter. He is a great showman. No matter how much he talks, he fights. And he does not pick and choose, right? He was talking about Terence Crawford. I think that fight should not be sanctioned. But he was talking about it, right? He is a showman. He did a good job of promoting his fight. But we saw yesterday that Shakur Stevenson unload on him because of his comment and his activities. So my thing with Shakur Stevenson is, before going further, I will say he is an exceptional talent, but somebody should must take away his phone or delete the Twitter app from his phone. That is doing more damage to his brand than good, right? Because in for a talent like Shakur Stevenson, he does not have to talk too much. He just needs to show up and fight as much people as possible. If somebody is avoiding you, great fighters are avoiding you. Great, fight somebody who is available, willing to fight. Till people cannot run from you anymore. Like Jaime Ortiz was talking shit about him from past 1.5 years, but that fight never materialized since Shakur has been at 135 for a good part of 9 months, around 9 months, right? But he never called for that fight. So somebody should must take away his phone. And about Emmanuel Navarrete, he announced his retirement. See, boxing is not going to work the way Shakur Stevenson wanted to work. It that business is far bigger than Shakur Stevenson. They just don't care. They are gonna move by their decision. Those organizations, WBA, WBO, WBC, they does not care what Shakur Stevenson thinks. So he will have to realize that that they don't care that if he is an Olympian, he is a three-division champion. All those organizations care about is what's good for them. If they are getting their 3%, that's all. And if you are WBA then or WBO, then you are looking at, okay, this guy he fights really less. Then why not give the belt up the opportunity to fight to two different people who have a great record of fighting regularly, right? And there is another thing, like that's why I really like Devin Haney. Even though he is the same age as Shakur Stevenson, he might not have went to Olympic. He is far more accomplished than Shakur Stevenson. You can say he fought as a fighter, but still, he is far more accomplished than Shakur Stevenson, right? But the most important aspect of Devin Haney is not his skill set; it's his maturity. When he was going to fight George Kambosos, I remember his comment that I have to go through my boy flow, pretty boy stage before I become Money Mayweather, become I before I become the money man, and it takes a great deal of awareness for a young man to say that, and I was really surprised about that, and that's why I really respect him. So Shakur have to realize that, and he has to take some humility, and he has to fight the fights that is offered to him or fights that is available. And if some fight is offered to him, a great fight, instead of thinking about the big purse, first beat him. If you beat that person and you become the bona fide star, then next fight is going to be the way you want it to be, right? So what's the next logical fight for Shakur Stevenson? There is only one fight for him. It isn't Emmanuel Navarrete or Devin Haney or Teofimo Lopez or Vasyl Lomachenko or Kambosos. It is Edwin Dolo Santos. That's the fight for him. That fight was over. He called Devin Haney for sparring the next day, even though he said that his shoulder was injured. Yeah, if you were injured and it was that performance on your worst day, then give him the rematch so that fans can see that if you are not scared of De Los Santos' power. People are saying that Shakur was really apprehensive about De Los Santos' power, and it is not very far fetched, right? Or give, or I would love to give Shakur Stevenson a benefit of doubt. In that case, he must give him the rematch. Like whenever Floyd Mayweather had a close fight, he ensured that he will give them rematch and beat them convincingly so that there was no question about his greatness ever asked again. So Shakur should get back and fight him. And suppose that Shakur wasn't injured, then one thing you can't disagree that of all the people Shakur fought in the recent time, Edwin Dos Santos had was the most powerful guy. He had really good hand speed, good reactive fighter, and good reflexes. So that might play some role in that apprehensiveness if he wasn't injured. So that's the only fight for Shakur to come back and give him the rematch and beat him in convincing fashion, or give him the rematch and beat him so that people can say that you are not afraid of him or his power. That's my 2 cents, and I would love to hear yours. And if you differ from any of that, I would welcome your opinion so that we can interact. And thanks for watching this. Take care, God bless, and be well in